Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. What I'm going to show you here is the entire process because it occurred to me I was about to do the process once again for real. And before I did it, I thought, I've never actually showed this process. I've talked about it, but I've never showed it in a video. So we're changing that today. So it would be very helpful if you could give me a thumbs up and a like for this video, and that would help accelerate the spreading of this video to World of Tanks players doing searches on YouTube. So now we're going to go through this process, which I have done many times. So let me set it up. What do you see here? You see Bullseye, which is Heinz Volltreffer Klaus. Volltreffer is German for bullseye. Okay. And he is the guy I was using. The commander itself specifically doesn't matter. You can use any commander. But he's a 3-star, 30% bonus commander. So that part is specific. But there's different ones. But since the 38H is a German tank, I put a German commander in there because that guy looks awesome. So I have him in there, and I was building this guy up, the 7th skills, to the point of getting the 8th skill. And what happened is something that happens sometimes, but not all the time. As you can see on the upper right-hand corner under his name, the orange bar is almost full. It's probably 98% ballpark full. Basically 637,000 and change out of 650,000. So it's like 12,125 points away, and ba-boom, he'd be a tier, 8 skilled guy. Right now he's got 7. Or does he? The question I have to ask you is, how many skills does this commander have? You may pause the video before you answer. Okay, now I'll tell you. Now, clearly, there's a kind of a trick question here. Not a big deal, but he has 7 skills, right? Right. However, he only has 6 combat skills. And what do I mean when I say that? Well, let's look at the skills. Quick Learner, what does that do? 10% skill point earning bonus. Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Rapid Aim, Pain Tolerance, Armor Angling, Fire Prevention. Now, I say there's only 6 combat skills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is not a combat skill. This does nothing to help you in battles. It only helps you to gain points as a result of your battles. So what's going to happen here, and I've mentioned this before, if you get close to your destination of 8, and I do this for a reason, and it's just to save gold, I'm going to respec this guy right here in the video. It's going to cost me 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, because I'm going to get rid of this guy. So it's going to cost me 70 gold to clear this out and then redo this with all the stuff that you see. So let's do it. And what's going to happen is I'm going to end up trading this 10% quick learner skill for a different skill, and then play the match, score it, and whenever I get the points to get the 8th skill, we'll add an 8th skill. So you're going to get to see me add essentially the 6 skills that I have here plus 2 more. So let's go and do that. On Xbox, I hit Y. On PlayStation, you'd hit triangle. It's going to cost me 70 gold. If I wait and get my 8th skill, then it will cost me 80 gold for basically just waiting like an idiot, because I'm point blank right there. So let's go spend 70. Okay. Now I do this my own way, whatever floats your boat. Is that we're going to put on here the same skills we had. and that is reload. Important. Now it's like I can do this. Let me think about this for a second. The skill I'm going to add is something that I need, because you'll notice if you can go back and rewind the video, you'll see that he does not have this skill, which is a normal skill to have in a commander, steady aim. He did not have steady aim because his accuracy in the tank as he was standing before was 0.36. So we're going to add this right now. This is the one we're adding to replace the quick learner, steady aim. He also had born leader. Now, for myself, these are basic. These are the three most basic skills there are: reload, aim, and born leader. Which the born leader covers all of your crew related stuff. To me, those three occupy the top row. The top row. Second row, I want to put my defensive stuff. And this helps you understand this mentally a lot faster. Since we're doing this, we're going to start here with the only thing you can put on there that's physically defensive, and that is armor angling. Now, we're going to defend ourselves against fire with fire prevention, and we're going to defend ourselves against crew damage with pain tolerance. This leaves the last one. Okay, this is the 6. There's one more. There's so many good ones. And by the way, I only use Sixth Sense for snipers, so I'm not using that on this. So let me think back. What in the heck did I have? Because that one had 6 skills. I'm trying to recall this from memory. Did I have rapid aim? I think I did. Which is turret rotation, and it's a biggie. Especially on a, not especially on a 38H, but turret rotation does something on a 38H that's important, which I guess I should explain to you in case you don't know this. Because everybody's different. You're going to know things that I don't know. I'm going to know things you don't know because we have different experiences. So we're going to put this turret rotation on here. So now we've got 7 combat skills. We're not going to have a problem getting almost 13,000 in one match. Believe me, it's not a big deal. I do it all the time. It can be done with no commander skills added, but you're going to have a really good game to do that. Well over 1,000 damage. Okay, on the 38H, let's go here. All right. On the 38H, turret rotation speed. What you see there, look at that number. It's ridiculous. 65.79. What happens here? Now, the 38H has a very good turret rotation for a surprisingly slow tank. So what happens is fast guys think that they can shoot you. Primarily, the fast guy who will try to kill you with his speed is the E6. T1 E6, X for Xbox, PS for PlayStation, X1 for Xbox One. Those guys will try to kill you by circling you and shooting you with premium ammo. Well, the stock 38H turret rotation is very good and can defeat them if they're not an absolute super expert. But with enhanced turret rotation, you mow them down. Now, the trick is this. If you don't know the trick is not to use your auto lock when they're spinning around you. You go on manual aim, and you can just out-rotate them. They can't go fast enough because they'd have to be much closer to you, and it's just not physically possible. So they can't make the circle around you fast enough to beat your rotation. So you just basically rotate your gun manually and shoot in front of them. And because the bullets travel at a slow rate on this game, shooting in front of them 12 inches or so will cause the bullet to impact by the time it gets there. And so you could just gun guys down. And I'm going to show you this in action in one of the games. So it'll be awesome in that regard. Because this is the setup for this guy so that we can get the 8th skill. But I'm going to show you a really killer story in 3 parts that preceded it. This was what I was doing to get to this point. The games I played were literally to get to this point that I'm here now with you guys. All right, so there you go. Looking at everything else. Yeah, see, now we were at 36 accuracy. It says accuracy at 100 meters in the center column. 0.32, it was 0.36. I know, I was testing this myself. I didn't show it to you guys. It doesn't matter. So basically, when you put the steady aim on here, you're going to get a drop of 0.04 accuracy, which means your accuracy, that's the number that drops, which means you're actually more accurate than you were before. Just throwing that out there. Okie dokie. Now, check this out. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, here we are. The story I'm going to show you in 3 parts is parts 1, 2, and 3. Welcome to the mines, number 1. Okie dokie. So what we have is a 7-on-7 game where you have 1 human on each side. Works 48, he's on PlayStation, he's got an E6 PS. So basically this is the thing, you know, I'm just going to go and try to score as much as possible. I'm using an 8 times commander bonus. So I would like to win this game, obviously, but my number 1 thing, when you use a ×8 commander bonus, you need to score damage. And so my first customer, I'm going to beat this guy as a sniper. And that jerk is shooting me from up there, that freak, that PlayStation jerk. Alright, so I now know that he knows how to do that tactic. Okay, that's a good one. It's really important. If you have an E6, which most of you don't, that is a killer location. So I have to go over here to the left of this rock, and now I'm protected. He can't shoot me. So now I'm going to go back and beat this guy as a sniper. Or beat these guys. You can see him, and I'm trying to see if I can get an angle on him. You can get an angle from here, but it's a little difficult. And the problem is, if I spend too much time at this guy, then I'm going to miss out on this twin guys over here. I need to kill them. Remember, my first goal and your first goal in this situation is to get as much points as you can get. Don't be greedy. Alright, so 2 of their guys are dead. I mean, you'll have robots on your team swiping kills as well. Alright, now that's the second guy I killed. So we've lost 1, they've lost 3. Fantastic. So now if you look on the mini-map, that E6 guy is on the north side of the mine in the center. There's 3 guys over there. One here by the lighthouse, another one by his base, and another one on the north side. Like Bravo 6. So basically, get what you can get. As a one-on-one sniper, this would be the ideal. Don't want to fight 2 guys or let 2 guys shoot me at the same time. Not a good idea. All right, that guy killed one of our dudes. That's okay, whatever. Now you're dead. Another one bites the dust. Actually, that was my guy who bit the dust. I lost my spotter. Crud. Well, stuff happens. Here, I'm just trying to stay isolated. I will beat this guy. Miss. Alright, set him on fire. He's dead now. Fantastic. Now it's 3-1. Now we know Mr. PS is up there on the central mine. And it's not a good idea to go up there, roll up on him, even unsuspectingly from behind, because his gun at close range will kill you in like 3 bursts, basically, for sure. I've already taken half damage, so I'm 2 bursts from getting killed, basically. So I don't want to get close to this guy. His thing is, if he's not moving, his accuracy is great. If he's moving, his accuracy is not good. So I would like to fight him where he's moving, if I can fight him that way. My accuracy is almost unchanged while I move because I move slowly. You know, if I'm on smooth terrain. So here I'm going to go to the back side of his base, get in there, and I'm going to put the clock on him and put the pressure of having to worry about a base capture in his mind. I don't know how good he is under pressure. I know this guy. I'm telling you, I played this guy up. He's a good player. We know that he's a good player. Always assume your opponent is a good player and he'll make good player moves. Don't assume he's terrible. If you assume a guy's a good player and he's not, you'll crush him. But if you assume he's a bad player and he's a good player, he'll crush you. So I'm not assuming he does anything stupid. I'm assuming he's smart. So I'm taking pot shots while he's trying to kill my robot with his weave technique, which is not a bad move. The problem is he has mistaken my skill level, in my opinion. He's anticipating that I'm a much inferior player than I actually am by the way he's playing. He's ignoring me. I'm like, you can't ignore the person. Yes, the robots have cheater accurate aim sometimes. But the human has the ability to adapt and alter tactics. So I'm just butchering this guy while he's running around like a maniac. Guess what, Sonny? You're in trouble. Now you're going to watch. Remember what I told you about the turret rotation. And you're not going to get to experience it on this one. It's coming up later. I see this guy a mile away. He's got no shot. Again, I want him to move. If he's moving, I'll kill him. Because his accuracy is way down. So, score 1 for me. Assume your opponent is excellent. And then you won't be surprised by his excellence. That's really the lesson. You know, learn your own personal skills that you need to execute, which I have done. And yes, it should look much easier to you than it actually is, and that's the way it is. When you do it right. Okay, so, snag the MVP. Like I said, this guy is good. 1238 damage. He scored some good points himself. So, welcome to the Mines, number 2 in a 3-game series. Okay, now this is the funny part. I'm just playing matches. I'm concentrating on scoring to move that 7 skills into 8. It wasn't until much deeper into the match that I realized this guy is back again. Okay. There are 3 humans on each team. The rest are Terminator robots, essentially, as far as what my concern is. So I'm moving into position. I want to get to a position where I think I'm going to have the best opportunity to get shots at guys, preferably as a sniper, because my accuracy is good, even though for these 3 games it's still a .36. You're seeing .36 accuracy in the 38H and seeing just how effective it is. Guess what? You know who is up there. Look, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And his technique of being on that point with his gun is way not broke. So he's going to go there every time. And to be honest, he'd be stupid if he didn't. So just because he's using the same tactic doesn't make him in any way inferior. I've told you this guy is very good. And you're going to see that yourself. So I'm like, forget this guy, man. He ain't going to bother me. I'm going to go down here, do my business. I already fought this guy. I already know he's good. My concern is to snipe these guys, whatever I can get on this island. As you see on the mini-map, Fox 1, Echo 2, and Delta 2 on the borderline. So that's what I'm doing. I am sniping in a 38H. And I'm good at it too, as you can see. Tagged him. Tagged him. He's dead, Jim. Oh boy. Can't miss this blue guy. One of the things about Terminator robots, their Terminator robot skill is much less pronounced at range. In some cases, they can't see me. Okay, here's another guy. He's almost, well, not, the other guy to the right is almost dead. Yeah, that guy in the water is almost dead. But the other guy is coming in and out of vision. My 38H at this point has a 402 meter range. I do not have the binoculars. With binoculars, it's 432, which is monster for a tier 2 tank. The vision range on this tank is quite good. You know, he's fallen out of spotting. There he is. He's back in the spotting. So he's probably outside of 402, 405 or more, because he drops out if there's no spotter. So what have I killed? I have killed at this point 2 guys. Shot a lot of shots, dude. I scored well in this match. But sometimes you score and you don't make as many kills. Sometimes you make more kills without a lot of scoring. So just because you scored a lot doesn't mean you killed a lot, and vice versa. That's okay, no problem. Always playing to win the game. As you see, 9-3. You know who is still there in the PS. This E6 PS. Now that dude you can see on the mini-map, he's on the north side of the central mine. We're going to call it circle. Because if it's not broke, don't fix it. He goes up there. He's going to cash in a lot of points every game. You know, in the first game, I told you this guy is really good. Assume your opponent is excellent. It's the smartest way to play. All right, now guess who is left? I told you this guy was good. There he is right there. Once again, he's by himself. Out of 15 guys, he's the guy that survived it. And this was a tier 3 match. He's a tier 2 like me. So when your last guy standing is a tier 2 scorer, dude, this guy is scoring, trust me. You know he's good. We already knew that. Now what it will matter is in the matchups how you play. Did he play as well as myself? No, he did not. But this guy is very good. You know, don't underestimate him. This guy is a player and he's a killer. He did a number on me in that first game. Okay, he got close to getting me. It's not that I said, did he play as well as me? And I said no. It wasn't that he was garbage. He was right there. That's like saying, you got an A on a test and someone else got an A minus. Were they as good as you? No, but they was right there. Okay, so it's not like this guy's bad by any stretch. It's just when you separate the comparisons and leave just him and me, I was able to sneak out a win in the first game. And I'm doing the same thing in this one. Now you see the colors glitch sometimes on the replays. My team wins. You'll see that, but it shows orange, which is the enemy team on my color selection. It's just a glitch. So this one, this is another thing that he did that was smart. He was 1 versus, 7 or 8 guys, whatever it was. He's not going to kill us. So why even try? I'm all he's going to do is get killed. Best case scenario, he kills 1 or 2 guys maybe. But the base was over. So he was smart not to just throw his life away in a futile task. So don't even worry about it. So again, this guy scored over 1,000 damage. Last man standing on his team. He's the only one that survived from that team. So again, you got to say, dude, that guy played good. He did. Welcome to the mines for a third time. Okay, guess who is here? Holy guacamole, he's there again. E6PS, the works. Like, dude, I'm trying to score the points for the skill. You're killing me. 3 games in a row. You saw it on the profile. I'm not editing this to make this sound extra dramatic. Whatever. Literally the same player on the opposite team 3 consecutive games in a row. A 7-man match, a 15-man, and then a 7-man. On the same map, it's unbelievable. And I know it's like, dude, I gotta stay on the ball. Once again, I'm trying to score. So I'm going over here. This is where I think I'm going to get the best opportunity to kill a bunch of robots, because I've got to assume this guy's going to, play another good game. And I need to kill as many robots, get as much points as I can, in case he's able to, do something with his skills that might end up killing me. I don't want this guy in a good position against me, because he'll kill me. You've seen that this guy is actually good. All right, so me, I'm just playing sniper. Notice that they don't see jack from my perspective. I mean, their perspective. They see very little of my tank. So this is an ideal location for a sniping job. Okay. There, another one bites the dust, baby. Okay, whoops, there we go. Jackpotto. Lower plate. Just trying to get some weakness where I can, get some penetration. And there we go. I got stupid rock. Come on, there we go. There's a guy over here. VAE. Boom, another one bites the dust, baby. You know who killed another guy. So they've killed 2 of my dudes, and we have killed 4 of theirs, but not the top dog. Okay, so it's like, I got you, dude. There's one of these robots. And I'm shooting this robot. Got him. That dude is over there. Now, you couldn't see it in the replay. For some reason, the replay doesn't always show where the guys are at. So I was going over there, and then he shows his face, and I'm like, you jerk. I had engaged, as you can see, I had engaged my gasoline power for extra speed. I'm like, son of a freak. So I'm going back, and I got to go back and intercept this guy if he goes to my base. So I hit him first, actually, and then there's another robot here. And I'm going to clean this other robot's clock first. That jerk is shooting me. You notice he didn't do very much damage because the distance is ripping his shell's damage down. This is another aspect of why you like to fight this guy objectively at a longer range, because his bullets are less valuable. They don't do as much damage. He does not have Iron Mace. If he had Iron Mace, he'd do more damage. I'm telling you that right now. So that's what the damage that I've taken from him shows you. That at this range of 300 ballpark meters, 250, whatever it is, his power is by far weaker. I'm a very difficult guy for him to beat, being on this ground over here. But on the other hand, I'm not threatening to kill his base, or capture his base. Now I've got a robot on the base. That guy right there, and I know he's got to go back, so I'm on my way back. So this is part of slightly risky, or it's riskier than just sitting back. But if I sit back, he's going to kill this guy for sure. He kills this guy for sure. Spoiler alert. I know this guy is going to kill this guy because he's smart. I've demonstrated this guy is a smart player. He knows what he's doing. So he's going to kill this robot. There's nothing I can do about it. But he can't kill me on my approach while he killed the robot. All right, freak. This is where he has a slight advantage in certain aspects. But remember, I have advanced turret rotation already. Whoops, you're in trouble, son. All right, I'm on manual aim. Goodbye. This is what I was telling you. The stock turret rotation is very good. Once you get improved turret rotation with gas, that's, by the way, that's why my turret rotation was insane above 60, is because not only did I have rapid aim, which is increased turret rotation, I also get a turret rotation bonus from gasoline. He had no chance against me because I had gasoline and turret rotation on this tank. So I literally smoked him by going and unlocking my target and manually aiming and killing him. Because now if you'll notice, as he comes around this side here, he's only got this distance. He only made it like halfway, but he was almost out of running room. And so he only gets a small part. If you look at this as a circle, he has about 180 degrees, maybe a little bit more. Okay, 180 degrees is probably about here. He got about 200, 210 at the most degrees opportunity to shoot me out of 360. He only got to use about 120 of it before I killed him. So being next to this rock allows me defensive power to block his shots while he's got the rock between us. He comes around, and that's when I open up on him. And with my superior rotation, you saw me just crush this guy. Again, this is not a beginner. This guy knows how to kill people. He's very good. He drilled me back over there up north on the on the water's edge. But I do know what I'm doing, and you got to know your different techniques defensively and offensively. This guy's offensive game is quite good. But I treated this guy as if he was a flawless player and played accordingly. I assumed he would make no mistakes. And what that does, it allows you to take advantage of any minor mistake that he makes, or any inconvenience that comes up. And that's how I got him. I didn't beat him because this guy's terrible. He's not terrible. This guy crushes people. I was just lucky that I was able to draw upon my experience to get positions that allowed me to kill him. This guy is really good. If he showed up in your game, you should be thinking, I hope I remember what Duke did, because this dude is good. Okay. He was second place overall off of the losing team. That's good. Only good players do that. This was, quote, his least excellent performance in damage with only 917. But in 3 consecutive games, this guy averaged well over 1,000 damage each game. And when you do that, you're not going to lose 3 in a row, except when you run into Buzzsaw, from my perspective. Now, the second game, I didn't get him. No one got him. He ran into 2 Buzzsaws in the second game. He had no chance. It wasn't anything that he did that lost that game. He played as flawless a game as he could have played in game 2. Okay, so you've got to recognize, did we win game 2? We did. I had a great game. The other guy on my team had an even better game than me. But this guy lost that game making basically no mistakes. And that's what happens in this team game. You can play a flawless or near flawless game like he did in game 2 and still lose badly through no fault of his own. In fact, he was smart enough to stay alive and to say, you know what, you guys can have that base. I'm not worried about it. Okay, we are now back in the garage after I explained just how excellent that guy played in those games. And it was really funny. I was doing some other stuff. I had another video that I needed to upload. So I stopped playing, knowing in advance I was going to do this to take care of the video I was uploading. And here's the other bonus. The other bonus was I was tired of seeing this guy. This guy is good. And I don't like playing this kind of guy every freaking game, because he's running the exact thing that will kill me. So I was like, you know what? I had to have ultimate concentration on 3 games in a row. Some of you guys don't know what I mean, but let's just say I used to play a lot of chess tournaments, and I am a chess master. And that's the kind of mentality I put into those matches. And it takes mental powers to do that. That guy played so well that I was like, you know what? I got 3 wins off of this guy. Not directly off of him, but you know, he was on the losing team 3 times. Killed him twice because he made me kill him. Now, you know, I would have captured his base. Okay. He came to me. This guy was, you know, he was like a bully, and found out that he ran to somebody who had training. And that's the difference. But I was like, you know what? I'm where I need to be to do the video, so I'm going to stop and let this guy do whatever he wants to have his games, and, you know, give him the opportunity to play somebody else and get some wins that he deserved. I mean, a player of his caliber is going to get wins. So it was mutually beneficial. At least I hope it was for him anyway, because that guy was a really good player. Unfortunately, as a PlayStation guy, while I'm an Xbox guy, means I don't have a way to send him a direct message, because he played really well, especially the second game. I'm just telling you, I've been in that position. He played an outstanding game in game 2. And he played good in the other games. He scored in every game. So anyway, he played great. I'm sure he got more wins, or whatever wins he thought he needed to get out of that E6, while I'm working on my other stuff, just to give him a break. And that way I don't have to concentrate on facing this monster. So now what we are at is the position where we started. But you got to see how I got right up to this point. So won those 3 games, got to the precipice of skill number 8, respect my guy, and now I'm ready to go into battle with the new 7 skills. And when I come back, we're going to get the 8th skill, and I'm probably going to show you the game if it's any good. I don't know yet because I have not played it. I don't do these things and, script the whole way it goes. That takes way more effort than it's worth because I don't make any money from these videos. I'm just doing this on the fly all the time. So I am going to pause this video and come back and see you guys in mere seconds. For me, it'll take however much time it takes to play 1 or 2 games to get the experience I need to unlock the 8th skill. I'll be back momentarily. Okay, I am back. And do I have some horrible news to report about these games? You do all the stuff. You saw those games that were just fantastic. And what happens? Imbeciles happen. They gave me a team of imbeciles. Tier 3s, that is absolute morons. So they blew it royal. Here, let me show you. Okay. I had a good game, but didn't score the points I needed because these guys just had no clue what they were doing. I don't know what stupidity happened because I'm slower than dirt. I literally drove for over 2 minutes before I even was able to get into the battle. How do I know? Because I used my gas with a 30-second acceleration and then a 30-second recharge, and I used it again for a 30-second improvement in speed and a 30-second recharge, and then I got into the battle. Killed 3 guys, but I was sworn my guys were just absolute idiots. That's why I only got 9,500. And I used a ×4 commander booster on top of that. I would have had a lot of points if we would have won. But no, they couldn't do it. Here's how horrible they were. Remember, the first 2 minutes and change, I wasn't even able to shoot at a target. I could have shot my gun, but it wouldn't have hit anything. The game itself did not last long. Look at these tier 3 idiots. We killed 4 total guys. Ooh, that sniper, T-56, he killed a guy. Man, yeah, I mean, his stats are terrible, but hey, he's just one guy and I'm just one guy. And he doesn't have a great reload. So you cannot expect a T-56 to carry you when the rest of your 3s are garbage. Let's look at it. Garbage, 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 garbage. This guy's the most devastating tank on the board. And absolutely a garbage result. Super garbage. And these are all tier 3s that I outscored. Now, again, this guy at least killed a guy. I got to give him that credit. I killed 3 and I'm a tier 2. So, my team was garbage. In a 3-minute and 23-second game, over 2 minutes of it, I was driving to get to the combat. That's how bad it was. I was a team leader in a minute and 20 seconds or less of actual firing. So, when I say garbage, I just, assume you believe me, but in case someone doubts me, that's why I showed you what I showed you. It's hideous. This game was going outstanding Again, ×4 Commander Booster. As you can see, once again, I was the cream of the crop of my team. It wasn't even close. Oh my God, these guys were unbelievable. The humans were trash players. And then we had robots that, well, there's two kinds of robots. There's Terminator robots, and there's teddy bears. I had the teddy bear team. We had a large lead when I was finally killed, and I took a lot of shots. But again, I'm not going to torture you with watching me kill 7 guys only to have, my guy get killed, and then every robot left in the game was like 7 robots, and they all stunk. They couldn't do anything, basically, to save their lives. And it was just a horrible game. 857. Well, whenever I died, that's when the game was over, because they couldn't do anything. I mean, I think they want to say there was 3 guys left. And I think they killed one of them. Yes, the game ended with 2 robots. I'm sorry, a robot and a PlayStation guy. In a losing match, I got a first class badge. That's how great I was. I killed 7 guys. Now, that's not my record, by the way. Again, look at the scoring. This guy was also very good in a 38H. 2 38Hs, tier 2s, killed 10 guys. We were fantastic. They had 2 38Hs. They got 5 kills. This T127 crushed robots like nobody's business because, well, the T127 is not as good as a Thresher, but it's very good when you don't have any players that are any good. And let me see, do we have any players that were any good? No, our 127 guy was bad. And we had a T29, he was even worse. There was 2 tier 3s in this match on each side. He played well. You can't say he didn't play well. What about their other one? He was trash. So that's what it boiled down to. They had 1 tier 3 guy that was better than both of our tier 3 guys combined. And that'll do it. Because, we did great. In the battle of the 38Hs, we slaughtered the other team's 38Hs. We were infinitely better. So that was fantastic. So, just like I said, I'm not going to torture you with the battle. It's just not worth the effort. Just waste time. So I showed it to you here, the results. Whatever, dude. Now we're going to go take care of the skills. Okay, so I decided we're going to go heavy tank and stick this in a commander that we're going to stick into the 4211. That's the way to go. So now I'm going to go and take this guy, swap this. Let me see, one of these guys has this. Good enough. This guy, wait a second, that's a red. We can't go in red because a heavy tank. Well, I do have a heavy tank commander in red. Hang on a second. And that would not be bad. All right, I got an idea. Let's look at this red 292. Where is this 292? There it is. Where's the commander? I don't know. Where's my red commander? He's right here. So that is a problem indirectly. And the indirect problem is that I only have 1. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, here we go. Check it out. Got 3 red commanders, and that is all, sir. All right. right, we are going to swap this to the Red Tank Commander. For the Object 292, and that would be this guy. He is an 8 skill guy now. The 1 star doesn't matter. He just gets points when he gets points. I don't really worry about it specifically. So this guy is now down back to 5. Okay, here's the way this works. Watch this. Here we're just going to swap these guys' skills. And now, and the red tanks. So I'm going to take this guy's commander here. Shove him in the Object 292. The reason why is that he's a 3-star commander. So he builds up skills faster than the other. This dude has the skills that the other guy had in him. So this dude will go to 63i. Right? Yeah. Alrighty. So now what we have done is use the 38H to build a commander for the Object 292, which is an Era 3 Cold War heavy tank, 8-skilled butt kicker. And this has all the things you need for a heavy tank. Let's go take a look. You know, reload, accuracy. We're going to look at those stats. There's the Born Leader. The armor angling, of course, defensively. This is defense. This is defense. Those three are all defense. Turret rotation, because heavy tanks don't have generally great turret rotation. And this is extended penetration for damage at further range, at further distances. Turret rotation 44.85. Here's a trick for you. If you're not sure if your stats are up to date, if you have it, remove rations. Go back to the garage and then go back inside and put them back in. 42.73. So I think 44 or 45 is the net result. And this will force a recalculations when you resupply it. So now 44.85 is correct. So this is the maximum turret rotation speed. We have Born Leader on the commander. We have the fan on the equipment. And we have the rations on the consumables. All three of those things stack and do the same thing. So our turret rotation, 44.85. Our accuracy at 100 meters is 0.24. That's better than sniper quality, which is what you need in this butt-kicking tank. And this is a butt-kicking tank, 65% silver bonus. You get 10% commander bonus built in. So, fun tank to play. You know, we played some of these matches the other day. It was really good stuff. So we took the 38H, got the 8th skill, and what I did was, by judicious swapping of skills, we ended up putting that 8th skill commander in this butt-kicking Era 3 heavy tank, which is a good heavy tank. It's fun to play. And we got this guy not maxed out, but this is what you need to be. I want to build these 8-slot commanders so that if I go, you know, and it was my friend Top, he's like, hey, you want to go play, you know, you want to play Era 3 292? I go, dude, I'll go do that with you. And I took it. So now this guy, boom, ready to go, 8 skills. This is a legitimate butt kicker. Okay. And most of my Cold War tanks are 8-skill tanks. I don't have very many there's a couple. Maybe this one, I think the 63i might be the only 7 I have left. I think the rest of these are 8s and 9s. Yeah, the Weasel's a 9. No, he's an 8. No, he's a 9. That's what I thought. Now I have several commanders that swap between tanks here on the blue, because blue is my favorite Cold War faction. So I have plenty of stuff to swap here. It's not a problem. Go back and let's look at the Panzer 38H. Okie dokie. And he's down back to 5. Took that 4 times booster off. So this is the process of what I go through to make killer commanders and put them in whatever tank they end up in. And there's a lot of things you have to think about and consider, and that way you guys have seen this yourself, and you're able to understand how to do this on your own for your own guys, and whatever is, going to float your boat. Where's this guy's thing? It's like, okay, this guy's just 5 with no extra. So realistically, I got to put something else in there, but that's not a problem. We got this done. Yeah, this guy's just got 5 skills, and the sky's the limit. And this one was one I was working on earlier, and you'll notice steady aim is not here. On the 38H, the aim on the 38H is good to begin with. You don't need steady aim until much later. You saw me add it when I removed the quick learner, because on the 38H, that's how you do it. Well, that's how I do it. The aim on this 38H right now, as you can see, is .36, like I told you. So I added all other kinds of things. And in this commander skill, what I would probably do is put a pain tolerance here to give me that, the ability to not necessarily use a first aid, and go from there. Or if I want to put it on a tank where I'm going to use first aid, then I will put a different skill here. And eventually I'll get the steady aim, but it'll be around skill number 8, because the 38H is a crew builder, and I don't need better than a 36 accuracy on the 38H. Now when I switch to another tank, like you saw, I prepared for it to be 4 points less at .32, and that was fine. So that really covers the process of going from 7 skills to 8 skills, and you get to see all the different things that I would do to make this happen. To make a butt-kicking commander, which is what I have now in my Object 292. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned the things that you didn't know that will help you in your own videos. It would help me if you could leave a like. It would help spread the word. And best of all, it's free. If more people would leave likes, it would really help a lot. Also, please tell your friends. That way they'll get a chance to check it out. And they'll learn this stuff. If they don't know it, it's important stuff. But it's not the stuff that you just commonly see in videos. And maybe they'll, like and subscribe. You never know. So that was all that we have for this guy. Fun games, a lot of good stuff there. Hopefully this will help you out in your games, and hopefully it'll help you out with your commander building, which will then definitely help you in your games in the future. So I look forward to seeing you guys later, maybe this evening, tomorrow, the next day, whatever. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you again very soon.